Hey everyone, it's been a while. It's been a month, but finally got back to recording. So what we have today is the not the most common, but the most common that I had seen of misinterpretations of Christ's word. First, we're going to talk about an easy topic. Well, an easier topic once you get the understanding of it. Um, Salvation. So people think salvation is reached through good deeds. Maybe I'll give food to a homeless man today. Maybe I'll hold the door open for whoever walks in behind me. Maybe I'll donate money to charity. People think that good deeds get you into heaven. Now, it does help. However, the only true way to gain salvation or to be in be with salvation is just the mercy of Christ. Although Christ's mercy is great, that does not mean that you can just sit around and do nothing, not help anybody, do none of that. You should still do that. Don't solely rely on good deeds to get you into heaven. Now we have a verse here. We have judge not that you be not judged. Basically saying, you know, just because you can judge doesn't mean you should judge. And it's not him saying, "Hey, you can't judge ever." There is bad people, and it's pretty easy to judge bad people for bad things they've done. It's also pretty easy to judge good people for, having things that you don't have. But you shouldn't judge solely based off of, you know, jealousy or envy. You should judge righteously. You should judge with discernment. You know, make sure that what you say is through the word of Christ, not through the word of your heart. We have another quote with turning the other cheek. Everybody knows this. Doesn't matter if you're Christian, atheist, doesn't matter what you are, believe in another religion. Everybody knows the saying, turn the other cheek. Or I'm just turning the other cheek, Basically like they did something wrong to me, I'm going to turn the other cheek and I'm not going to do anything back to them. Yes, you should stay away from conflict, but you also should stay strong and firm in the faith of God, that it doesn't lead you to the path of mistreatment. Somebody doing you wrong shouldn't necessarily, you shouldn't necessarily forgive them completely, depending on what it is, without, staying strong in your faith. Sorry about that. I got distracted. What I meant to say was somebody doing you wrong, you shouldn't have, depending on what it is, you shouldn't have a complete forgiveness. You know, you should be able to be like, okay, well, they did me wrong, but that doesn't mean I have to retaliate to them. You know, just because they did this doesn't mean I have to do something worse. But it also doesn't mean I can let them walk over me. It could be like, you did me wrong, I'm not going to do anything back, but I'm going to think of you a little bit differently. That's fine, as long as it's within your best interest and the interest of God. This is going to be a shorter video, but we do have two more quotes, verses. The first one, it's super misunderstood, is Luke 14:26. That my family, people look at this. I totally misread that. My handwriting sucks. Hate my family. That's the verse. People could look at this like, what? Like, hate my family? The people that raised me? My brother, my sister, my dad, my mom, my uncle, my grandma, blah, 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 blah. Right? What do you mean hate my family? I'm not going to hate my family. I love my family. Although it can be interpreted that way, that's why it's one of the most commonly misunderstood. It's Christ saying, commit to me before all else. Commit to me above all, but don't actually hate your family. Love your family, but keep me up here and them just slightly below. Don't hate them, them, love me more. And a super misunderstood verse, and one that you also know, just like turning the other cheek, we have an eye for an eye, which comes from Exodus 21, 23, and 25, which people can mistake as like, oh, they hit me. Now I got to take my fist and I got to do the same thing, right? That's not what it means. You don't get to do the exact same thing or have the exact same revenge as somebody just did to you. Like, let's say on a deeper level, somebody really hurt you mentally. Let's say they're spreading rumors about you at school, like, hey, I heard he did so and so. Hey, I saw she did that with blah blah blah. It's it's not a verse about, you know, I should I should get back at them. Oh, maybe I should do more than just get back at them. Maybe I should actually hurt them, or maybe I should hurt their reputation. It's not like that. An eye for an eye can be interpreted that way, but in reality, on a deeper level, to me, I think it's supposed to be a limit on the amount you can retaliate on somebody for doing something to you, or, you know, maybe the eye for the eye is them hurting me, but me turning the other cheek, as we read earlier, turning the other cheek, and in turn hurting them by me not giving them a response. Obviously, there are many other quotes and verses in the Bible, in every single book, probably in a lot of different chapters too, where they're misunderstood or misinterpreted verses. But these were the main ones that I saw when I was reading my Bible, where I was like, I could see how that's misinterpreted. I can see how people misunderstand that a lot. And, I might add one or two in the description that you can go ahead and research yourself. But other than that, that's what I had today. Shorter video, way shorter video compared to the last one. If you have any recommendations for me, drop them in the comments for what you want me to do Christ related in the next video. But other than that, I'll see you.